So I just want to have a little fun and back Omar up on something from this past week. The debate on Finn Balor and how he's a main event superstar, but The Miz isn't because The Miz isn't a great wrestler like Finn Balor. So while it's easy to dispute that by talking about the qualities that make a main event superstar, such as mic skills, charisma, ability to tell a story, all qualities that The Miz has that Finn Balor lacks, I'm going to focus specifically on that claim that Finn Balor is a great wrestler, since people think that that argument alone is enough of a reason for why Finn Balor is world champion material. So what exactly makes Finn Balor a great wrestler? Can you actually answer that question with a list of things that Finn Balor does that make him good? Or is the only thing you can say, oh, what the fuck, man? It's obvious why he's great. I mean, just look at him. If you don't think he's great, then you don't know anything about wrestling. Okay, so then enlighten me. What are his best wrestling moves? What are his best in-ring qualities? What does he do specifically that makes him better than someone like Curt Hawkins? Every time you ask any smark to go into detail about their vast wrestling knowledge or why they overrate any superstar, they can never pinpoint exactly why they think someone is a great wrestler, because more often than not, they don't actually know what great wrestling is. They just go with whatever the popular opinion is on the internet. So if everyone says that this guy is great, then that must mean that he is. So in this video, I'm going to demonstrate to Finn Balor fans how it's really done. This is 5 reasons why Nikki Bella is a better wrestler than Finn Balor. And I challenge any Finn Balor fan to respond back with 5 reasons why Finn Balor is a better wrestler than The Miz or Roman Reigns or anyone. So let's start off with the easiest and most indisputable fact that I'm going to point out. Nikki Bella has a much better moveset than Finn Balor. I challenge anyone to name me 5 actual wrestling moves that Finn Balor does that aren't just variations of kicks. Even the top 25 moves of Finn Balor video on YouTube is literally nothing but kicks with like 4 actual wrestling moves. It's not an exaggeration. Finn Balor literally does nothing but kicks every single match, whereas with Nikki Bella, not only does she have one of the widest movesets in her division, but just about every move that she does is an actual wrestling moves. Power slams, backbreakers, spine busters, suplexes, power bombs. These are real wrestling moves, not just 50 different variations of the same move like Finn Balor does. Which ties into my next point. Nikki Bella has a much more diverse wrestling style than Finn Balor does. As I've pointed out before, Nikki has multiple layers to her ring work. Not only does she work a power style, there's also an athletic side to her ring work. She's capable of working a technical mat-based style. Finn Balor only knows one style, one pace, one formula. Run and do this kick, jump and do that kick, do this kick from out of nowhere. It's the same moves at the same pace with no variety in between. If you've seen one Finn Balor match, you've seen them all. Next point. I don't think many people are going to be able to dispute this point either. Nikki Bella is a much better character than Finn Balor is. A key part of great wrestling ability that smarks often overlook because they don't actually know anything about wrestling is character work. You have to be able to wrestle in a way that's consistent with your character and that gets your character across to the audience. Nikki Bella makes it very clear what her character is every time she's in the ring. You see that with the way that she toys with her opponent in between moves, the trash talking, the body language and facials that she displays while delivering a move. She even modifies certain moves to give them a unique touch that you'll only see from the Nikki Bella character. Whereas with Finn Balor, he's just a skinny guy that kicks people. He doesn't have any signature taunts or expressions or anything that would let fans tuning in for the first time know what his character is, because he doesn't have a character. And that leads into one of the most important points, psychology. Finn Balor is one of the worst wrestlers at in-ring psychology, and the only example I need to prove that point is the demon gimmick. The psychology of the demon gimmick is supposed to be that somehow painting himself transforms him into this supernatural human being, and that suddenly you should be afraid of him when he paints himself because he's a completely different person. Yet, he wrestles the exact same way with the paint as he does without the paint. He doesn't do any new move. He doesn't change his mannerisms. He doesn't change his pacing. He doesn't sell any differently. There is literally no difference between a Finn Balor match, whether he has paint or not. And that right there is something that should expose just how terrible Finn's in-ring psychology is. On the flip side of that, as I've explained before, Nikki Bella actually tells a story in every single match that she's in. Whether it's a 5-minute match on Raw or a 12-minute pay-per-view match, she has a formula and a wrestling pattern that she follows that is consistent and that tells a story, right down to the little things. She can go from being a cocky show-off that just toys with her opponent to when it's time to kick the match into the next gear, she churns up the intensity. She displays more frustration. Her pacing is more methodical. Her moves hit harder, and there's a shift in her facial expressions and body language. Her character actually evolves as a match progresses. That is effective storytelling, and that is what Finn Balor lacks. And the final point that I want to make, Nikki Bella is more believable in the ring than Finn Balor is. I think this goes without explaining, but Nikki Bella has a dominating presence in the ring that fits with her wrestling style, whereas with Finn Balor, especially when he puts paint on, is laughable as someone that should be taken as a threat in the ring. And just as a bonus, reason number 6, I'm sure this point is going to piss a lot of people off more than anything else I said in this video. Nikki Bella is more sexy than Finn Balor is. I know you guys like to jerk off to his matches more. I know you want him to paint himself with your semen, but that is just a fact. But that just about does it for this video. I know it would have made a lot more sense to compare Balor to someone like The Miz, but this was a lot more fun. I just wanted to get a video out there since it's been a while, and also to announce that I should be able to make a comeback starting next month. So there's going to be more Diva videos, some movie reviews to go along with Halloween, and since Paige is apparently coming back, you can look forward to another Die Paige Die video coming again very soon.